news. Donald Trump might be planning to use a nuclear against Iran. He went ahead and said that the entire country of Iran could be wiped out in one night. Everyone is waiting today what will happen according to Donald J. Trump. And it's turning out this is not politics right now. This is actually a pure genocide. Imagine announcing to erase 5,000 years old civilization. It's actually like a Nollywood movie. And it's turning out one night a massive statement that changes actually the global temperature instantly. And it's turning out today must be the most watched day in modern history. Each and every person is waiting. What mechanism is Donald Trump going to use to wipe out or erase the entire Iran? Each and everyone is eager. And it's turning out that Donald Trump was not going to liberate the civilians inside Iran. He was there for his own interest. Imagine threatening to actually end human civilization inside Iran just like that. Keep watching. We'll keep you updated. It's today night.
Iranian deadline for a ceasefire proposal is tonight, and President Trump just reminded them, saying that he has the right to end an entire civilization should they decline to end this war right now. Now, he just posted that a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionary and wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight, one of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. Now, as of yesterday, Iran had rejected any ceasefire proposal, and there still is no end in sight to this war and no clear objective, really. But I do find it a little bit ironic that number 47 is going to end 47 years of corruption and death in Iran. But God bless the Iranian people, and in all reality, God bless us all.
Here is Donald Trump's latest tweet. A reminder, this is how the current head of state of the leading great power on earth speaks nowadays. Quote, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again." End quote. Sounds ominous, first of all. But the second part, I have to say, sounds a bit like KFC or McDonald's, you know, when they have those special offers. Pickle flavored sauce with double cheeseburger after April 20th, never coming back again. Get it while it's, you know, in stores. Sorry, let's carry on. "I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change..." Where? What country are you talking about? Like, what? America? Where Hegseth just sacked the army chief of staff, literally the highest general in the US Army, and also 2 other senior generals? Because you can't be talking about Iran. You can't be talking about Iran. Iran's got the same government. What do you mean? Like, where are you? Anyway, back to what Trump is saying. Quote, "Now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen." Less radicalized, but still radicalized, right? Yeah, am I right? These Iranians always got to be radicalized, right? Anyway, sorry. Ordinarily, I'd make another joke about the revolutionarily, but let's just carry on ordinarily. "Who knows?" All caps. "We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran." Also, 47 years is, you know, he's the 47th president. Something's going on here, right? Brother, at least say, "May Allah bless the people of Iran." No, I liked his last tweet more. He said all praise is due to Allah or something. Now he's gone back to God. He's brother. If you want to be Dawood Trump, you need to. Okay, anyway. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is Tuesday, and later this evening or tomorrow morning, Wednesday, we will essentially find out if this is going to be an escalation situation or if it's going to be a TACO situation. TACO stands for TACO stands for. It's an acronym from a Western source. They came up with it some time ago. I believe it was Maybe the Financial Times, maybe The Economist, maybe someone else. It stands for Trump always chickens out. He set a deadline, the latest deadline he set, of end of Tuesday for Iran, today, to accept a deal, to open up the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has basically swatted his threats away as ramblings of a madman. But Iran and the people of the world, the administrations of the world, make no mistake, they are keeping in mind that a madman, if he is a madman, is still captain of the ship. Madmen can steer a ship full of sane people, full of normal people, onto a fat iceberg and sink all of them together. So, you have to take his threats somewhat seriously. We'll have to see what happens. Iran has responded by saying, our response will extend beyond the region if the US crosses red lines. And there's already talk at the time of this recording of potential attacks on Khag Island. And attacks already were carried out on Khag Island, but as you can go back and check, I said military targets were struck, not the oil infrastructure, which is the real critical thing. Oil infrastructure is the sort of crown jewel of Khag Island. So if those infrastructures have been targeted now, that would be a very significant escalation. And we'll leave it there. For the unbiased news and analysis without the Western spin, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Afus Talukder, aka News Baba, and I'll see you on the next one.
If President Trump follows through on his 8 p.m. ultimatum to destroy Iran's infrastructure, if Iran does not reopen the Strait of Hormuz by tonight, Iran says it will cut off oil and gas to the U.S. and U.S. allies for years. 3 bridges already hit this morning in Iran hours before President Trump's deadline to strike the bridges across the country. Iran also threatening infrastructure across the Middle East and now beyond. Iran's president says he is one of 14 million Iranians prepared to die defending Iran. After 4 extensions, President Trump says tonight's deadline is final and all of Iran's power plants and bridges will be decimated by midnight if Iran does not reopen the strait. The UN urging the U.S. not to strike Iran's civilian infrastructure, pointing out that it violates international law. The UN Security Council voting this morning on a resolution to protect commercial shipping through the strait.
Iran has 14 hours to make a deal. If not, President Trump is expected to order an even larger bombing campaign against the Islamic Republic. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That is the deadline the president laid out. Yesterday, he spoke from the James Brady briefing room, talking about the consequences if Iran doesn't make an agreement.
We have a plan, because of the power of our military, where every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again. I mean, complete demolition by 12 o'clock. And it'll happen over a period of 4 hours if we wanted to. We don't want that to happen.
In these final hours, here's what the negotiations look like. We are going to pull up here on the wall. You can see the U.S. demands. We're talking about the dismantlement of Iran's nuclear facilities, 0 nuclear enrichment of uranium, missile constraints, the Strait of Hormuz being free and open, and ending Iran's proxy support to groups like Hezbollah and the Houthis. Now, the Iranians are calling for guarantees of no further attacks, full sanctions relief, war compensation, and a new payment system for the Strait of Hormuz, along with the removal of regional U.S. bases. Now, the president told me over the weekend that Iran isn't even negotiating anymore about their nuclear program. He told me the big thing is they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. They're not even negotiating that point. It's so easy. They've already been conceded. Most of the points are conceded.
I think Donald Trump is threatening to nuke Iran. I don't think he's going to do it, but I think he's trying to convince them he's going to do it. Trump just put out this tweet this morning threatening to eliminate the entire Iranian civilization, which will die tonight. That's a war crime. That is threatening to wipe the entire country. That is threatening genocide, to kill every Iranian. I think he's lying. I think he's bluffing. Trump always bluffs. He always tacos. He always flip-flops. But what's going on here is Trump had claimed if Iran didn't open the Strait of Hormuz, he was going to bomb the hell out of them last night at 8 o'clock. That was the deadline. Then he changed the deadline. Said, okay, no, maybe not Monday night, maybe Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. So now tonight's the deadline. And he's putting out all these bellicose threats to Iran. You better open, pop, pop, pop. But then this morning came this genocidal one. Again, war crime. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I'm telling you, this sounds like nukes. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, we have different, smarter, and less radicalized minds. No, we don't. He's outright lying. Trump has said in the last week, well, I guess we kind of had regime change because I killed the old regime and there's new people there. Yes, you did. And the new people there are more radical than the old people. Literally, all the experts will tell you. Trump is claiming, well, but I changed the regime, so it's regime change. He's also trying to claim they're less radical. They're more radical. He's lying, guys. He actually created a worse situation in terms of the regime. Second of all, a whole civilization will die tonight. That's a war crime. It's a massive war crime. And it's not clear to me, it is clear to me actually, any U.S. service member who helps Trump do this attack, if in fact it's going to be some kind of massive war crime attack, they will be committing a war crime and they will be sought after by the International Court of the International Court in The Hague. This is really scary stuff, guys. Again, I don't think he's going to do this. I think he's going to cave because this is what Trump does. He uses a nuke. Boy, I'm not sure what the world order would do if he used a nuke. But he clearly wants Iran to think he's going to. And by the way, Iran's going to respond by blowing up all the oil fields, all the desalination plants, everything of all of its neighbors. They will send oil to $200 a barrel. They will destroy the region in response, and they can. He better be careful.
A remarkable, if not shocking, threat today from President Trump to Iran, population 93 million. He said, quote, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world, 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran." Obviously, this is a threat to wipe out a civilization. Iran is 93 million people. And while no one really expects that President Trump is going to kill 93 million people, the threat itself is remarkably shocking and would constitute the most heinous of war crimes if enacted. This is a piece of President Trump's latest threats. He told the Iranian regime, "Open the straits, you crazy bastards." He's threatened to bomb Iran back to the Stone Ages. He has threatened to bomb bridges and civilian infrastructure. And this threat today to wipe out an entire civilization is, we've never seen anything like it. We've never seen behavior like this from an American president ever. It is shocking, and obviously if he were to carry out such a threat, it would be grotesque and heinous in a way that is not even imaginable.
Today is Tuesday, and it is President Trump Power Plant Day and Big Day. And this is what he said to the Iranians as they wait for the strike. Listen.
We have a plan, because of the power of our military, where every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again. I mean, complete demolition by 12 o'clock. And it'll happen over a period of 4 hours if we wanted to. We don't want that to happen.
Okay.
We may even get involved with helping them rebuild their nation.
Okay.
And you know what? If that's the case, the last thing we want to do is start with power plants, which are among the most expensive things, and bridges. Do I want to do that? No. Do I want to destroy their infrastructure? No. It will take them 100 years to rebuild.
Okay. So now, this is President Trump, and he's ready to strike the Iranians if they fail to comply with what he wants them to do. And he's saying that he will strike all bridges and power plants in Iran. And this is almost his 7th or 10th threat to the Iranians, but none has been effective. And he's saying that he wants to help the Iranians build their country. And people are asking, have you finished building America and you want to go and build someone's country? Who sent you? Well, share your opinion in the comment section for us to know what you are thinking now, because this man have been saying this thing several times, threatening the Iranians as if it is an old school